Mort. Hey, Mort. 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 Hey, Mort. Go, Mort.
Swap meet day. I'm headed over right now to the swap meet to go find some gaming treasures. Today I'm joined by my college roommate, Ryan Callis.
We're on YouTube right now. Say hello to everybody.
Hi, YouTube.
We lived together for 2 years.
How do you feel about being up to be at the swap meet today?
I'm excited. I'm psyched.
Now, as such, he has a lot of dirt on me, a lot of information. So I went to Instagram and said, if you've got any questions that you want to ask him, fire away.
Okay, you got to tell everybody what's one thing you're looking for.
That is such a pop question.
Throughout today's episode, you'll get to see his answers, and they are extremely provocative. You've been warned.
One of those fuzzy fingers, a fuzzy number one finger. I don't care what team it is, just a fuzzy number one finger.
All right, let it be known. That's what we're looking for. Were we wild men? Did we party hard, or were we more laid back?
Well, we went to a really, really strict college. So partying looked more like show tunes on a Friday night. I mean, you get a cup of hot cocoa in front of Mort. This guy's going nuts.
You have unlimited juice? This party is gonna be off of the hook.
I have this premonition that today it's not gonna be the most, there's not gonna be a lot of stuff. On the first aisle, we find a box of records to dig through, and I gotta say, I feel like a proud papa. Ryan just had his first dig.
How did you feel at your first swap meet? You just experienced that.
It was invigorating.
Yeah.
My fingers are still tingling.
Yeah, man.
Pure excitement.
So far, the swap meet feels like a lot quieter than usual.
See what I see?
I see what you see.
And then we find a glass case of gray cartridges. Thankfully, the vendor lets me take a look through to see what he has, and as I'm digging through the games, there's a lot of Mario titles like Mario World, Mario All-Stars, Street Fighter 2 is in there, a lot of just great classic games, but nothing that I don't have or isn't already plentifully available otherwise. So I'm only going to be interested in this stuff if it's a pretty low price, and I'm not holding out a lot of faith that it's going to be a pretty low price because people will probably come along and pay more than I would for this set. He's so busy right now that we'll let him keep setting up and then come back later when he's ready for us and see if there's anything here worth grabbing. Well, we've done a lap, but
It was a desert.
yeah, there's nothing here.
It's really hot in the desert.
Like shockingly dry out
I wonder
here.
if there's any Nintendo games under that tree.
I'm as surprised as you are.
But even if you're in the desert, all it takes is one find, one thing, because you never know. There might be an oasis. Look over there.
Saw an Xbox, wants 20. I don't know if it works or not, and Xboxes are notorious for breaking down. So we're striking out. We're striking out this morning. How do you feel about that?
I feel great.
When's the last time you played a video game?
When I lived with you.
I still remember bringing home the game Dino Crisis and you being like, I can't believe you're playing some dino game while I'm trying to sleep. Since there's nothing here, I think it's a good time for Ryan to take one of your questions. Okay, Ryan, next question.
Yes.
What was the go-to energy drink for our studies, and how hard did we rock musically?
Four Loko was for sure our go-to study energy drink. Kept us energized, kept our minds limber. And how hard did we rock? I don't know, average. Average rock.
There's limbs.
Were you saying that you needed some limbs?
I was saying that I needed some limbs, yeah.
They have limbs today.
On a strikeout day, have you ever bought anything because it was a strikeout day and you're like, I'll just get it, to kind of give you that gratifying feeling?
My resources are too finite to just be buying things for the sake of buying things, but I have had days, which today is looking like it could be that, where I find one thing and one thing only, and it's really not about the finds, it's about the friends.
Oh,
I'm gonna freeze frame us and then have like a little like heart background.
Oh my God.
I need at least one find so I can make this video and put it out into the general public,
Because if I don't find anything, I don't think people are going to want to watch the video.
Well, you don't think I'll be enough to get the viewership?
You are more than you were Jim Carrey's art teacher, so
That is true.
Though we've been pretty jokey today, this is actually true. Ryan is an incredibly gifted artist, and he was, in fact, someone who was helping Jim Carrey with his art at one point.
Can you comment on that at all? What it was like to...
No, I signed an NDA. I can't say anything.
Did you really sign an NDA?
No.
There was a picture shown where Jim Carrey was painting something on the side of a house at one point. I remember looking at it and going, that looks suspiciously like Ryan's artwork.
It was a lot of fun. He's a funny guy. Did you know that about him?
Ryan's artwork is a surrealist, very interesting. It has its own flavor and way of doing things. It's legitimately great.
I would imagine interpersonally, he is a good time.
He is a good time and a very sweet man.
Also, you've been joking a lot as we've been meeting, so I just want to make it clear, that's not a joke.
No, he's a very sweet man.
Yes.
I need an oasis.
You got Family Guy. Let's see.
Water.
Okay. Can I look?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Looks like my man Bernie's gonna have the first score of the morning.
Thank you, sir. All right.
Initially, I put together a pretty big pile of stuff that I'm interested in, but the vendor wants a little more than I'm willing to spend, so I whittle it down to the essentials.
I may have not been filming that one particular part.
And here's what I grabbed. Super Mario World, Super Mario Advance 2. This is just an essential game that you've got to have on your Game Boy Advance.
Don't be mad. I'm an amateur.
The Simpsons Road Rage. This shouldn't be as good as it is, but it's way better than you think it would be.
Ryan, I think we have a fight.
They really adapted the game, which is basically the Simpsons Crazy Taxi, in a wonderful way on the Game Boy Advance. Professor Layton's Curious Village. Every time I sit down to play these games, I'm wowed by the presentation, but they don't keep me around for long, and when you finish a puzzle on the game, it's not a lot of replayability, but from the presentation and the art style, they're really worth giving a shot and playing through.
Need for Speed Most Wanted.
Need for Speed Most Wanted. I just really like this version of the game series on the Xbox 360. I wonder how it plays on the DS. Pokemon Ultra Moon, I already have, but I wanted an extra copy to resell to help pay for the bundle. I really wonder what's going to happen with these Pokemon games in the future. Will they be as collectible for the 3DS as they've been for the DS? Trying to find a copy of Soul Silver at a reasonable price is all but impossible. Same with Heart Gold, White version 2, Black version 2, etc. So I wonder if like Ultra Moon, Ultra Sun, if these games will stay in this $25, $30-ish price range, or if they'll be those $80 games in the future. And then check this out.
The Harlem Globetrotters game. I'm getting this even if it's a terrible game for my collection.
I wanted to try it. I'm gonna do that at some point.
Come on. All right, Bernie, I'm ready for you.
Thank you as ever for the great deal on all the games. I really appreciate it.
Ryan, I have good news. There's going to be a video. Why don't you hold the camera here so I can show the people? Oh, you got
Oh god.
oh,
God.
That works. I think I might have paid a little more than I wanted, but honestly, I spent a bunch of money so that Ryan could get his YouTube fame and be on camera. We're talking about nostalgia, and Ryan has this good question of why do we nostalgia so hard? And I think it's because you pair a memory, an emotion, with something that goes along with it, like the feeling of playing a video game or listening to a song where it felt like something and you're trying to recapture it. That's why, like, if you download your favorite band from whenever, you get one feeling, but if you buy the CD again or the record again that you had when you were growing up, it's a totally other drug. People aren't buying the game or the movie or the album, they're buying the feeling that they had. Just bought this at this table for $5. What do you think about that?
That's great.
Be on the lookout for this one. It's often hidden inside other sports games where you don't expect it to be anything, but it could be one that's worth trading or selling to get something else that you want or whatever you want to do with your money. It's your money. You do what you want. All right, interview question, next one. Did either of our college degrees help us in our careers?
Wow.
Yeah.
I got an art degree.
We then head over to Michael's booth and found this James Bond game. This is from that Xbox 360 lot that Michael had a little while ago. But this one's complete.
I feel like your degree helped you.
Yeah, I got a degree in biblical studies. 12? It's gonna offer 10. Can you do 10?
Yeah, that's fine.
Awesome. Thank you. This one is developed by Bizarre Creations, who are the same people who made Blur. When this game came out, the critiques of it were that it was just too short. And I think at that time, Activision was just pumping these games out with very little care to the license, even though it was in the hands of a really well-loved and well-respected game developer. I wish I would have gotten a film degree. It's sort of like
You don't walk into a job at the corporate office going, I've got a Bible degree.
Rupert Murdoch had a Bible degree.
Did he really?
A lot of America's top CEOs had biblical studies background.
This is true?
No.
Yeah, because that doesn't feel true at all.
My understanding of the game is that they just didn't have time or manpower to get done what needed to get done.
I've used my degree in various capacities, but not always in the capacity with which you would think it would be used in, just like you.
Yeah, I still make paintings, so I guess I still use my art degree.
Yeah.
It just didn't help me with a career.
Except for Jim Carrey.
That's true. Yeah, that was one thing, but that's not a career.
Still today, for 20 bucks, 10, 20 bucks, it's a really worthwhile pickup to add to your Xbox 360 collection if you're looking for a solid shooter experience. 2 walkthroughs, found a couple of items, not my strongest morning. We're gonna walk through a third and final time and see if there's anything left on this final walkthrough. I'm always surprised at what comes out later in the day at this swap meet. Walked by the Super Nintendo stuff again. He wants 200 for the whole lot. I'm seeing it worth about 200 if you're looking to start up a Super Nintendo set. That'd actually be a pretty good set to grab. Are you gonna get a Super Nintendo?
Not today, friend.
Yet again, found another PlayStation 3 Slim. She wanted $40 for this console, but I offered her 30 and she went with it. It's 160 gigs.
Let's power it on. Make sure it powers. That'd be great. Thank you. I love that you got the generator.
I think that if you're playing games and you're getting retro stuff, this model of the PlayStation 3, not the one with the slide top, definitely not the fat ones, even if it has the 4 charger ports on it, those consoles are just guaranteed to break. I've had my PS3 Slim in my collection for years, and it's worked great every time. It's what I use for PS1 on like a large TV, and also the PS3 games play flawlessly on it.
She was asking 40, I offered her 30. She took it.
Reliability-wise, I've had almost no problems with these PS3 Slims.
Happy.
Only every once in a while is maybe like the HDMI port a little bit wonky. This one was clean as it gets.
Last college question.
All right.
It's from my friend CJ. He says, what went wrong?
What went wrong?
Yeah.
Wow, CJ, that is very presumptuous of you. Look at this guy. Everything went right.
Middle-aged man walking through the swap meet. What are you talking about? What went wrong? How much? 30? I'll do it.
Speaking of PlayStations, I found a PS2 Slim with a game inside.
Guy says 30 bucks for it, and I'm all in on that. I'm not even gonna haggle.
This one has SpongeBob SquarePants: The Battle for Bikini Bottom. This is a game that a lot of people are looking to replay. There's a remastered version of it that came out. It's regarded as one of the classic 3D platformers of its era.
Very happy.
Finding it complete for $30 is really a no-brainer of a buy price for me. You know, it was good hanging out with Ryan today, but as a new cameraman, he did make one fatal mistake. Move your finger, bro. Bro, move your finger. Your finger's in the way.
It's starting to rain, which is call time on being at the swap meet today. But we're gonna get some breakfast burritos because that's what we're gonna do. Tell me your number one memory you're gonna take with you today for the rest of your life.
Oh, wow. Pile of limbs. Pile of limbs.
Pile of limbs.
Pile of limbs.
That is the spiritual name of this video, even if the title and thumbnail is something different. Ryan, you've been a wonderful guest.
Thank you, sir. It was an absolute blast.
Good, and I'm glad you're here. And if you have more questions for Ryan, post them in the comments and he'll comment on them. That would be a good one. Take care. Yeah.
I think everything went right, CJ. That's my answer.
This is a good friend right here.